I introduce Alvaro Gil Abad from Pangle Bytedance with their talk, Seizing the Trends in Asia, 3 top trends game publishers to prepare for.
Thank you. Well, first of all, let me introduce myself. Thank you so much for the intro. My name is Alvaro, and along with my colleagues, Masha, and Jason, we are managing Pangle in EMEA. So let me tell you more about Pangle. Well, that's me. Pangle is the ad network that provides the monetization tool for game developers and app developers in general, with exclusive demand coming from TikTok for business. So yeah, we're pretty much the exclusive providers of TikTok. We've got over 600 million daily active users already and over 50K apps integrated, but this number is probably already higher. So apologies for the fixed rates. And indeed, as you can see, we're completely connected to TikTok for business. So advertisers can not just enjoy the placements inside of TikTok, but also inside of the network of apps that enjoy our monetization tools. And same for the UA. You can do UA inside of TikTok, and also you can enjoy the placements of our network through TikTok for Business platform. And now let's talk about Asia in general, which is our starting point as a network. Why Asia? Why working in Asia? Well, Asia accounts for 50% of the gaming market overall, which I think is already a pretty convincing figure to start with. And it has already about 1.5 billion players. And if this is not enough, you guys can see that the margins, if it's well done, are way higher than the ones in tier ones, where most of the European or American game developers usually focus on. Just some of those figures, obviously, especially China, Korea, or Japan, have a huge increase in return on investment if it's well done. And how to do it well? Well, that's actually what I'm here for. I'm going to tell you a bit about the trends in Asia that are going on towards this year. Obviously, there's going to be more, but I'll give you the ones that are already picking up so that you have an idea of where things are going, where things are set right now, and how to try to do it well. So the first topic is obviously localizing or not localizing, and which sort of games do fit in Asia. And I would say every game fits in Asia, obviously, if it's well done. And I'm going to start for hyper casual, of course. Hyper casual always tops on the charts in Asia, not just tier ones, in terms of volumes. And the profile, it's pretty even, and it's similar to the ones in the West world. So it must say that it's slightly younger male players in Asia, but it's still like similar to what you guys are probably doing in the tier one countries. So it does not really need a huge effort to make it well and to get the return on investment when it comes to hyper casual genres. As for RPGs, you still can see that, especially in Japan, Korea, and China, they are topping as well right below hyper casual. So there's a lot of volume still in terms of downloads. And not just that, in terms of revenue, it is the first one. So it does have a lot of revenue potential beyond hyper casual, in fact. In terms of RPG, of course, it's a bit more balanced, more male, but it's even. So it's a similar profile to what you guys can find in tier ones. The difference is, though, the games are way more complex. The structure inside of the games and RPG have way more steps. They have a lot of events, they have a lot of extra tools, and a lot of special ops that obviously make it more complex and also increase the engagement of the players. The players in Asia definitely want more of a dynamic game rather than just something more static. That's the main difference. And you can see in some of the examples, you can see there is a huge amount of operations going on. This is a clear example. For example, Shadow Legends managed to adapt to the Asian user. And in those charts, you can see that the motivation levels in China versus the US are way drastically bigger in Asia. And it did work, indeed. We're talking about, again, events, a lot of seasonal events. They work a lot with influencers. So they sort of build engagement around the community, and they build this community that feeds back to the game and increases the revenue. And talking about community and live operations, The second thing, it's gaming and shopping events live. And you're going to be like, why is this guy talking about shopping in a gaming conference? Well, the live streaming itself already increased by 50% just in China, or almost 150% in Japan, and overall 300% in APAC in the latest years. And the figures are crazy. Like, obviously, probably all of you guys know about the 11/11 Singles Day, but it's not just about 11/11. There's a lot of e-commerce platforms in APAC that are incentivizing the use of these sort of special sales days. And it's going already from 9/9, 10/10, 11/11, and 12/12. So pretty much since the start of the autumn until the Christmas season, there's already special aggressive sales across the whole APAC region. Also, I need to mention, of course, that Austin Lee, a streamer in China, made 2 billion in just 12 hours, which is a figure that unfortunately Amazon hasn't reached yet. So definitely a lot of spend. And how can gamers make use of this? Well, there is indeed a correlation between these dates and the ad revenue that games can enjoy of throughout these days. There's definitely a special seasonality coming from the sales. And this is basically through two streams. One of the streams is there are actually special sales instead of the game stores. So actually, they're trying to copy what e-commerce is doing, and they're applying special discounts and special deals throughout the game stores. And people are engaging with these discounts as well, and they're spending as much as in any other e-commerce platform. And also, of course, the advertising. All these e-commerce platforms are increasing their spend throughout these days. So whoever has ads in them, they can see an increase on the eCPM overall in all these markets. And also in tier ones, but mostly in Asia. And the third trend, it's app open ads. Maybe some of you have heard of them. And this links very well with the e-commerce trend. That is because app open ads, it's a placement that pretty much works very well with these e-commerce and branding advertisers. They love it to get the first impression before even loading the app. It's something that it's been proven already by TikTok that it does work as well in tier one countries, not just in Asia. Pretty much the most premium one, and definitely the CPMs are higher than the ones that you can get on a regular interstitial or rewarded video. And why you should consider it? Well, there is actually a case study that we've got. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose for privacy reasons the name of the publisher in China. And it did try it with several case scenarios with different ad frequencies, these app open ads in their game. The results were pretty satisfying, I must say. There was absolutely no negative impact in the standard ad placements that they already had. The increase of revenue per user was definitely substantial, and their retention was barely damaged. So in the overall results, it was a very aggressive and positive impact. And now I'm going to give you guys a bit of more of a brief about Pangle itself and why we're talking about Asia, because indeed, as I mentioned before, the starting point of Pangle was in Asia, and that's where we do best. We can definitely provide you guys with the TikTok for Business platform that has tons of targeting capabilities. From the UA perspective, obviously, we have a unique traffic in Asia that we have gained because we work with a lot of local publishers, especially in the countries I mentioned, Japan, in China, in Korea. And we got our own software, our own algorithm. And also we have a production tool for free to create playables and other sort of ad formats. As for the monetization side, obviously we cover not just on waterfall, also bidding, and we cover all these formats. App open ads actually is being tested internally at the moment. Before any of you ask me the question, it's going to be released soon, and you could also use it in our apps through our network. These are some of the names that were with us already in these markets with us, so that you can see that we do have already some experience in the field, and some of these people are enjoying already our results. And these are some of the figures for you to understand the growth that we have had recently, thanks to working with all these partners in tier one, but towards Asia. We have had already 80 million daily active users in Japan. Over 65% of the games in Korea work already with us. And throughout Southeast Asia, we have already over this figure, 170 million. We are almost already 200. So pretty pleased so far working with all of them. But it's not just Asia. We're also planning to scale and going global. And as you can see, we have already launched in some other strategic markets. You can enjoy our services throughout towards all Latin America. Canada just launched as well. Also in the CE region and MENA, where we can say we're already on the top 3 networks that perform for ad monetization. And that's it for me at the moment. Obviously now happy to take any questions that you might have about this topic or any other related to monetizing in Asia. Thank you. No, it's fine. Well, we have a booth upstairs, so if you have any personal or specific questions, you can always reach out there. Thank you. Thanks.